Good morning and happy Tuesday. Did you have a great Labor Day weekend? Is everybody a little groggy this morning? Feels like everybody could stay in bed, and we were all like, oh my God, I need a little bit more sleep. Well, I don't know where you are in the world, but if you're in Northwest Illinois, it was still incredibly hot. We were in the high 90s. It was way, way warmer than normal for Labor Day weekend. So I think everybody's ready for the fall. So, Jim Abbott, have you ever heard the name? If you have, raise your hand if you've heard the name Jim Abbott. Well, Jim Abbott is a professional baseball player. He is my age. He was born in 1967. He played in the league for about 10 years, and he was born with no right hand. And he was a left-handed pitcher that played Major League Baseball with no right hand. Now, that is amazing enough that he ended up playing Major League Baseball, but here's what's more amazing. 30 years ago, 10 years, 20 years ago, something like that. Yesterday, I think it was 30 years ago, yesterday was the anniversary of him throwing a no-hitter as a Yankee in Yankee Stadium. Now, I saw Jim pitch. He played for the Yankees, he played for the Angels, and he played for the Brewers for a short period of time, my favorite team. I saw Jim pitch for the Angels against the Milwaukee Brewers in the 1990s. And he threw a complete game two-hitter shutout against the Brewers. He killed us. He kicked our ass. As Will Smith would say, damn, guy smoked us like a salmon. So imagine what it was like for this kid when he was a kid and he said, I want to be a professional baseball player. Imagine what people said to him. They said, come on, you don't have a right hand. There's no way that you're going to be a professional baseball player. He was drafted in the first round. He came out of Michigan, went to the University of Michigan. He came out of, I think, Lansing, Michigan, or Flint, one of those towns. And when asked about the fact that he didn't have a right hand, he knew he was going to be a pitcher. And he said, that motivated me more because I realized I had to either strike everybody out or throw a lot of ground balls that went in different directions other than to me. And what he would do is he would rest his glove on his arm and he would throw with his left hand and then put his hand in his glove and then field. The league even helped it out a little bit because once he was drafted, they passed a rule that you could only bunt against him if it was a bunting situation. So they couldn't just bunt to him all day long. They had to actually play the game. So they helped out a little bit. But he figured out, and he said that he thinks that his difference made him a better pitcher because he figured out how to hit the corners. He said, I had to hit the corners on both sides of the plate. Number one, because I needed to strike people out. But number two, because if they did hit the ball, it needed to be on the ground and away from me. I wanted it to go to the shortstop or the third baseman or the second baseman. So he learned to pitch that much more accurately. He's probably not going to get into the Hall of Fame, but he had a great career as a professional baseball player with one hand. And he even batted a few times. He got a triple in the minor leagues. Mariano Rivera claims that he could hit home runs with one hand in batting practice, but he did have 21 hits. Now, he played mostly in the American League where they had the designated hitter, so he didn't have to bat very much. So, again, the rules helped him out a little bit. But think about being 12 years old and not having a right hand and telling everybody, I want to be a professional baseball player. What do you think was the response? And not only did he become a professional baseball player, but he threw a no-hitter. There are great pitchers that never threw a no-hitter in their entire career. There are so few no-hitters that when they happen, we talk about them for the rest of the season because they are so rare. It's like a hole-in-one in golf. And he did it for the Yankees in Yankee Stadium. What's our excuse? I always love seeing stories like that because it just shows that it's never a lack of resources. It's always a lack of resourcefulness. Whatever it is that you think you can't do because you are too old or you're too young or you don't have enough education or you don't have enough money or you don't have the right connections or you don't have the right gender or you don't have the right whatever it is, there is somebody that has had way less resources than you that's accomplished what you want to accomplish and more. And Jim Abbott is a great example of that. And it might well be that you've never heard of this guy. But if you follow baseball, and I don't even follow baseball that much, but most of my family does. If you follow baseball, you have. And I just so happen to have seen him pitch once years ago. and I saw the anniversary of his no-hitter come up yesterday on my historical feed that I follow. So I thought I would bring it to your attention. Look the guy up. He was amazing, and he had a great career, and he was a great player, and he did it with one hand. If he can do that, what can we do with both of our hands or all of the resources that we have at our disposal in order to create the outcomes that we want to create in our life? Thank you for watching, everybody. I'm going to say hi to everyone. Mr. Drehobel down in Florida. Colleen, great to see you. Deanne, I know I owe you a phone call, and that will happen today. Leanne, great to see you this morning. Wendy, also down in Florida. Like I said, hope I see you in person in November or December. Thanks so much for watching, everybody. I am truly honored when people pop on and take the time. Have a great first day to your short week. We're all in this together. Let's take care of each other.